Okay, 6:30 on the dot. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we jump in, I am Elizabeth Moore. I'm the CEO of TRILUNA Wellness. So if you're not familiar yet with who we are, who I am, there you go. I am a yoga teacher and health coach and really into crystals. So that's where we are tonight. So we use crystals maybe in a different way than some other companies or people might use them. So I'm going to explain that briefly. We use crystals and we use tarot, and we believe that you are allowed to take from that what you will. So when we're using crystals, we believe that they have an energy that we can work with and that the world can work with. Hi, Grace. Hi, Ashley. Gang's all here. So anyway, so when we're using these crystals, I like to use them from a less, some people like to use them more spiritually, some less than others. So I like to use them as a container or a vessel for whatever intention I'm trying to manifest or energy I'm trying to work with. So for tonight, I have a few different ones and I'll show them. If you don't have a crystal, that is perfectly fine. You can grab a rock. You can grab any sort of talisman that you have in your home and we can work with that. Hi, Valerie. Hi, Casey. We've got a few people in now. So if you have a crystal, maybe go ahead and type in which one you have and we can talk about that. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. Grab a rock, grab something out of your fish tank, whatever works. People have fish tanks, whatever works. Grab whatever you got. Yes, Ashley, I miss you. Quarantine is weird. So tonight I'm working with a few different crystals. I'm working with rose quartz, which are pink. They're a pink quartz, and they're commonly associated with love or self-love, world love. We need a lot of that right now, so that's what I'm working with. And then I also have my citrine. I don't know. The lighting in here is really weird, but it is kind of an amber gold crystal, and it is commonly associated with your solar plexus chakra, which is this space right where your rib cage knits at the top. And it's your seat of personal power. It's used for confidence. The stone citrine specifically is often used with and associated with money. So as a small business owner, I have a little bit of insecurity around money right now. So I've been working with citrine quite a bit, trying to sit in that space and sit in my anxiety around that and work through it. So tonight, we are going to do a very simple meditation. It probably won't take the whole 30 minutes. We're just here to connect with each other and to connect with what we've brought and to move forward with it from there. So I'm going to ask that you take just a minute and start to get settled in. I actually like to sit up on a block or like a meditation block or pillow or folded up blanket, whatever you have, to raise my seat above my knees. I find that is a little bit more comfortable for me. And we're going to work through this meditation. And I find that I like to have a little bit of background music. So if you want to go ahead and take a minute and open your favorite Apple podcast playlist or Spotify playlist or whatever that has some calming spa music, you can go ahead and put that on now. So tonight for this crystal meditation, we're going to be working through the energy of the new moon. So tonight's actually the new moon, which is cool. It's a time when we work on setting new intentions and bringing new energy into something. So the moon tonight will look almost black. It's a dark night, but then the cycle restarts. And I'm significantly underqualified when it comes to speaking about this in any sort of serious capacity. So I highly recommend looking up Holly Ramey. She has a podcast called Tarot Talk, where she moves through tarot and astrology and what all that kind of means together. But right now we have a new moon in Aries, and Aries is a fire sign. So not only is this a time to set new intentions for ourselves and our practice and how we want to move forward when this is all over and when we're out of this space, but it has a fire sign behind it. So it's like really means it. We're like really punching into this. So take some time before we get started to think about what you want to manifest as we move into this next cycle of the moon. Like, we're stuck at home. I get it. It sucks. It's hard. We're scared for our friends who are on the front line right now, our doctors, nurses. We're scared for our older relatives. There's so much insecurity right now and so much fear. And I want to figure out what, just for the next 15, 20 minutes, what it looks like to work through that fear and to come out on the other side of it and to figure out how we reverse our perspective. So I want to read this really quickly because I have been using this workbook called the 2020 Biddy Tarot Planner. I don't know if you can see that. I got it on Amazon. Biddy Tarot is it's a tarot deck that I use. We don't use tarot to tell the future. We use it to help us think deeper and ask better questions. And so I've been using this planner just to kind of keep my eye on what I'm feeling and how I'm doing. And there's a card of the month each and every month, and the card for this month was the Hanged Man, which can sound scary, I understand, but it's not. And so I'm going to read this short little passage before we move into our meditation, because I really want us to keep this in mind. It says, while the Chariot in February inspired focused action, the Hanged Man is now calling on you to slow down, surrender, and hit pause on your regular routine in March. This is your invitation to see the world from a different perspective and embrace new opportunities that will only become apparent once you slow down enough to see them. You may also be inspired or forced to put important projects on hold, even if it's completely inconvenient to do so. Don't keep pushing forward hoping that more action will drive you to where you want to go. Instead, surrender to the opportunity to pause and view it as your chance to reassess and reevaluate where you are on your path. I find it a little bit harrowing, and both exciting and harrowing that she had no idea what was going to happen in March, and it says that. So I'm taking this time to try and think about a different perspective. So we're moving into this new moon, we're moving into this new cycle, thinking about how we bring action to this new perspective that we've kind of been forced into. We've been in a forced slowdown. So let's take a deep breath and figure out how we can use that perspective to change things around in our heart and in our where we are right now. So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. And let's just start by taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the chest with air, and then let the belly expand. Holding at the top. And exhale, let it go. And start to notice the quality of your inhales and your exhales. Deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. One more time, deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. And take your crystal or rock or whatever talisman, whatever you're using, and take it into your right hand. Keep the eyes closed. And let your breathing return to normal, steady and smooth. And begin to bring to mind this new perspective. We're stuck in these cycles and these patterns of fear right now, and there is another perspective. For all the fear we have right now around what's happening, the earth is healing. It's a new perspective. It's flipped upside down. So begin to think about how you'll shift your perspective as we move into this new cycle. And take a deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. As we move through our meditation today, I want to do so without any judgment of our practice. There are lots of distractions right now. We might be stuck at home with significant others or pets or children or whatever it might be, and just to kind of let those distractions be a part of the practice today. And if the mind wanders or distractions set in, just bring it back to the present without judgment. Begin to imagine that a soft golden light moves from the soles of the feet to the crown of the head on your inhales and recedes from the crown of their head back out through the soles of the feet as you exhale. And slowly bring your attention and your awareness into the soles of the feet. And feel that soft golden light, slightly weighted, warm, move from the soles of the feet to the ankle and up the shin and calf to the knees, swirling gently around the front and the back of the knees and up through the thighs into the hips. Soft golden light moving into the stomach, into the belly, attaching itself to the base of the spine. Warm golden light moves up the midline of the body until it finds the heart. And take a moment to find gratitude for your heartbeat. Soft golden light surrounding the heart. And that soft light moves up through the collarbone and across the shoulders and down each of the arms into each of the fingers on the hands. Soft golden light moving back all the way up the arms across the collarbones to the throat and up the neck to the jawline. Relaxing and warming each part of the body that it touches. Soft golden light moving up and over the mouth, over the bridge of the nose to the space where the eyebrows knit in the center, your third eye center. And allow that energy to move up towards the crown of the head. All of the body now surrounded in soft, warm, golden light. And bring your attention now to the stone or crystal in your hand that's available to you. And begin to think of this stone as a vessel for your intention, for this new moon, for this new space. Beginning to think about that shift in perspective. What is moving, shifting, or turning as a result of what's happening in the world right now? Allow an inhale to bring that intention fully alive in you, all the way in. Deepest breath you can take, holding at the top. And exhale, let it go. And allowing just for this space and in this time, for those inhales to bring that intention to life and to put it into your stone, into your vessel. Connecting with the energy, the vibrational energy of that crystal or of that stone or of that talisman. And as you exhale, allow self-doubt and fear and anxiety to leave the body. Not a permanent solution, just temporary for here in this moment. Again, deep breath in. The intention comes to life in your body. What does it feel like for that intention to be alive in your body? And exhale, releasing attachment to self-doubt or worry, even just in this moment. Begin to imagine your intention as a strand of light. And it moves in this circular motion into and out of this crystal, charging it, imbuing it with your intention. And as the light circles around and goes into the crystal, it brings energy and vibration and power to your intention. And as it exits the other side of the crystal, it takes with it doubt and fear and anxiety. And allow that circle to continue. Finding that light, the same color as your crystal, or whatever color speaks to you now, moving in and out in circles 5 times, moving with the breath. And if your palm is open with the crystal inside of it, you can wrap it, close it tightly. And bring the stone to your chest. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to seal it in. And know that in this space you are safe. In this moment you are cared for. And take a deep breath in through the nose, holding at the top. And exhale, let it go. And bring your hands down into your lap. You can keep your crystal where it is, or you can take it to the side, whatever feels more comfortable. And bow chin to chest. Slowly blinking open the eyes. And returning back to your seat. Thank you all so much for your time. We know it's incredibly stressful right now. Meditation can be a really helpful practice for self-care and for slowing down and for dealing with anxiety. We have tons more resources for that if you're interested. We just released a meditation on our podcast called You're Excused. It's a visualization meditation, not wholly dissimilar from what we did this evening. That's always available to you. We have a resources page on our website. If you go to our website, there's just a giant tab at the top that says coronavirus resources. Before we head out of here and into the rest of our evening, I really encourage you guys to think about ways in which we can help others to shift the perspective right now and not provide false positivity, but to offer alternatives to the fear that we feel right now. There's a lot of different ways we can do that. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for investing in self-care and taking the time out. We have Supper Club this Friday. We have a virtual Supper Club. It's free, it's donation-based. We're going to be talking about how to bring magic into the everyday, especially during difficult times, like a forced quarantine. So unless you guys have any questions, I think we'll call it an evening. Thank you guys so much for being here.